Hey guys, I am down on a pretty cold, pretty wet and very muddy allotment because for the first time I've bought plugs. I'm going to get these in the ground. For anyone that doesn't know, my name is Peggy and I am growing a cut flower garden here on my allotment in Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan, which is just south of Tokyo in USDA Zone 9B. Thanks for checking out my channel. Okay, so this is the first time that I've ordered plant plugs and there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, they're pretty hard to find in Japan, someone that will sell you them on a larger scale rather than just going to the home centre and buying one or two of something. So I didn't really have the opportunity to get them before, but I then found somewhere that sells them and so ordered some. The second part is they're really expensive. I think plugs are expensive pretty much everywhere in comparison to just buying seeds and growing your own. But these were reasonable enough for me to be able to try it. But I only got two different types. So this is my first one, which is Lisianthus, and I have some Delphinium. So I'm pretty surprised that these are the two that I've gone for because neither Delphinium or Lisianthus are what I would consider not even favourites of mine, not like ones I don't particularly like, but there are reasons that I am growing them. First off, Lisianthus. Now, I see a lot of people growing Lisianthus, especially flower farmers and people that are running businesses from their flower plots, which I am not. And they seem to love Lisianthus. It comes at a nice time when there's a bit of a gap in the flowers. And it does really well as a cut flower. For one stem you get multiple flowers on it, so it really fills out an arrangement or a bouquet. The flowers tend to be in the softer tones that are good for weddings and events, and they have a great vase life. They seem to do really well in the vase, and so they sound like a really good flower. They're just not very exciting, and I think now it's got to the point where they're the kind of flower that you do find in the supermarket, and the whole point of me growing my own flowers is to have stuff that I can't find in the supermarket or at a reasonable price. So I'm just not very excited by them, but I see people going mad for them. They're like, oh, it's Lisianthus season, I'm really excited, the lisies are starting to bloom, and I know that they are great sellers. When you see the flower farmers break down their sales, they all say that Lisianthus is a great crop. So I'm gonna try it and just see if when I see it in the garden, I like it more than when I see it at the supermarket. I don't know. We're gonna try it. I did buy just a mix of colours. They have some of the kind of white and greeny ones, which are quite nice actually. Some of the purple ones, and I think there's some of the pink and possibly some peach in there. So hopefully I'll get a good mix of flowers from them. But yeah, this is definitely an experiment, and let's see if I like them enough to repeat it. But why did I buy plugs? So why have I gone for plugs? I do have a problem with what seeds I can get in Japan. I can't always get the flowers that I want to be growing. I can't get the flowers that I'm seeing on Instagram and other channels where people are growing flowers in the States or in the UK. But this isn't the case with Lisianthus. I can actually get the seed here pretty easily, and I can get a good variety of the colours. The problem is I've now tried for 2 years to grow Lisianthus, and I can get them germinated and then they just seem to stop. And I see the flower farmers that I follow and they say all the time, we're buying in Lisianthus plugs, they take too much time, they need too much care. And I thought, oh no, it's fine, I've got time, I can give them care, I'm gonna try it. Man, they just wouldn't do anything. I can get them to about that big and then they just stop and they don't want to do anything. So for 2 years I've had them started in trays and they've just gone nowhere, and I have had no Lisianthus. So I thought, no, this time I'll just listen to what the people that actually do this for a living tell me, which should have maybe been my starting point, and I'll buy plugs and take it from there. So that's what I've done, because they came like this. They're a pretty decent size to go in, and much bigger than anything I have been able to get to grow. So hopefully these will work. Here they are. They came in a big ass box. Delphinium on that side, my Lisianthus here. It hasn't actually told me what colour is what. They all seem to be in purple pots. I hope they're not all purple. But this is how they came. They did get a bit bashed around in the post, so some of them don't have much potting soil left in them and the roots have been a bit exposed. But these guys have been sitting outside my house for a couple of days and their roots seem to have been doing all right. They haven't frozen up or anything, so hopefully these are going to be okay. Looks like I got 2 in that pot. Ooh. And my sparkly wellies, because it's wet and muddy. So I'm going to be putting these guys in here at the end of the row, which is where my amaranth used to be. My amaranth didn't do that well this year actually. I think I got it in too late and it needed a lot more support. So I will grow it again next year because I really like amaranth, but I just need to be careful that I'm actually putting it out early enough. I think I was waiting for something to be done here so I could take that out and put the amaranth in as an autumn crop, but I'm going to have to rethink that a wee bit. But this is where I'm going to put that in, but because it's just had something taken out, like literally I just did it, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of compost and some fertilizer in here so that the soil can be a little bit replenished before I put the new plants in. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I've got 24 plants in here in 5 rows. So there we go. 5 and a 4. We had lashings of rain last night, so the soil is very damp, but it's not sodden. If your soil is too wet, you shouldn't be planting into it. But this isn't so bad. It just means I don't need to water it, which is great. Also, the plants were outside, so they're really wet as well. So everything is damp, but not soaking wet. Let's get it in. Got nice roots on them. Okay, that's them all in. Now, Lisianthus don't mind a cold, but I'm more worried that things are going to eat them. These are one of the most expensive things I have put in the garden, and they are still quite small. So while the roots looked quite nice, I don't want to risk a sudden cold snap. I mean, we don't get that cold anyway. We're in zone 9B. It is getting down to around, I don't know, 2 or 3 degrees at night time. Anything below a 5 can be a frost though. So because they're still so small, and because I do not want them to be getting eaten by anything, I'm gonna cover them in a low tunnel with a frost cloth on, and then weigh down the frost cloth so that things can't get underneath to eat them, because my amaranth, which was in here, got absolutely decimated by Japanese beetle. Now, we're too late in the year for the beetle to come back, but yeah, I'm sure there's some creepy crawly thing waiting to eat some expensive flowers for their Christmas dinner. So I'm gonna get these guys covered and protected. Lisianthus, done. Next, Delphinium. So next I've got Delphinium. I'm not really sure about this one. So I don't have any connection to Delphinium. It's not a plant or a flower that I remember seeing when I was young. I don't remember people growing it around me. Although it is a plant that I think is native to the UK, so you know, it should have been everywhere. I didn't really see it until my cousin got married and it was her wedding flower. And the reason it was her wedding flower is because it's one of the few blue flowers you can find. She wanted her wedding colours to be blue, and so she went with Delphinium because she could get them in blue. Maybe that's another reason I don't like it. I have 3 sisters, and sisters are never allowed to have anything the same. And so we've all kind of, over time, associated ourselves with a colour. And blue is my sister Vari's colour, not mine. So it's just something that I haven't wanted to grow in the past. But again, it's one of those flowers that I keep seeing coming up as a good filler between other things. Once your spring flowers die back and before your summer flowers come, Delphinium are filling that gap. And they do come in other colours other than blue. I seem to have, I'm guessing because they've come in different coloured pots, that's going to be a pink one, and that's going to be a blue one, and that's going to be a white one. Logic tells me that's what it should be, but it didn't actually say, it just said Delphinium mix, so I'm going to assume that that's what's going on. So it does come in different colours. I think one of the main reasons I've never thought about growing it is because it's so big. It's a very big, tall flower, and I think I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work that into arrangements. But having said that, one of my favourite flowers from the last couple of years that I've been growing has become my gladiola. I absolutely love my gladiola. Now, it does go well with other things, but it is definitely more of a statement piece when you do them. But quite often I just have a big vase full of just gladiola, and it's very striking. So I'm thinking maybe that could be the same with my Delphinium, maybe. I did try and grow some last year, and I grew it from seed, and it did all right. I grew it because it was a beautiful smoky purple colour, and I couldn't find that one in a plug, and I really thought it would go nicely with some of my poppy and the sweet pea that I was growing if I could get it to come up early enough. And it didn't. It took a long time to come up, and then when it did, it never got much bigger than this, and it did flower, but the flowers are about that big, and then it just got roasted. It didn't like how quickly the weather turned. Now these are supposed to be perennial, which is another reason I didn't mind buying it in a plug. My Lisianthus aren't, they're an annual, so they're really gonna have to like blow my socks off if I'm gonna be spending money on them every year to replace. But these are supposed to be perennial. I'm just not sure if they're gonna manage in the heat in the summer to come back again next year. So I'll put them in, I'll see what they're like. It's a definite maybe. But for now, let's get them in. Incidentally, how good do my wee cabbages look? Super cute. When I bought these, they were only sold in cases of 24. That's quite a lot, and it's more than I would have gone up. 12 would have been nice. 24 seems like a lot, and I don't actually have that much space in the garden to put them. So I'm gonna have to put them here, which is where my gladiola and tulip end, and my wee cabbagey things are growing right now, although they're almost done, ready to come out. My only issue is that I've actually bought more tulip bulbs, and I'm waiting for those to arrive. I'm very excited about them, but I need them to arrive, and they were going to go in this space here. So I'm a bit worried that I'm going to run out of space now, but hopefully by the time my tulips arrive, I'll have all of my wee cabbages out, and the tulip can go in there. Or I'm just going to have like random tulip around the garden in any spot that I can find that'll fit them. I need to weed this first. I'm going to space them like this, but I am worried that these are too close together because Delphinium should grow into big bushy plants. I'm just worried that they're not going to survive. So I'm going to put them in like this. Now already that's not all of them. I'm going to be taking 4 home and putting them in my garden. Not that I have any space, but we'll find somewhere. But this might be one where if they actually do well, I'm going to have to come and divide them and give them more space to grow bigger. But because I don't know how they're going to perform, I'll put them in like this now. And possibly learn to regret it. I don't have any more space for them though, so I'll put them in like this and see what happens. But I might have to come back if they do well and divide them up. And I don't know, go rogue and start planting them in someone else's garden. Hope they don't notice. I'm not going to do that. I'm a nice person, Japan. Don't throw me out. I won't do that. Let's do this though. Where am I going to put tulips? Garden, be bigger. Again though, nice roots, not root bound at all. Healthy plant. Okay, they are all in now. If I am correct, Delphinium are pretty resistant to everything. Deer, mice, rabbit, not interested in them, which is another reason that flower farmers really like to grow them. So I'm not going to put protection on these guys at all. I'm just going to like gambare guys and see how they do. I think they're too close together though. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully that's me got some nice spring and late spring flowers in the garden. My pansy are doing great. My ranunculus are already coming up. My freesia have started to come up, but I'm not being fooled this time, so I'm going to do a video on that soon because I'm going to be growing those a little bit differently this year. My snapdragons are in and they're not doing much, but they're alive, so I'm hoping that I'll get a nice early spring crop on those like I did before. And my sweet William have started to come back for me already, which is great. So I'm hoping that I'm pretty set for the spring when I figure out where I'm going to put all my new tulips. I don't know. Okay guys, I'm really cold and pretty damn mock it, so I am going to head in. If you want to follow along and see how all of this does, then please remember to hit the subscribe button below. If you want to see what I do with my flowers, you can check out my Instagram, which is From the Witch's Garden, and there's a link to that below as well. And I'm going to go wash my hands. See you next week.